Hi, I'm Peter Sidwell and I'm going to show you how to make these bad boys, the most delicious Korean style hot dog with an Asian slaw. Right, let's make these Korean hot dogs. So, what I've got in here is 6 Cumberland sausages, just cooking away in a tiny little bit of oil, just getting some colour. That's all we need to do. Few minutes. Once they're at this point with a bit of colour, let's talk gochujang. Is that right, Emily? Gochujang? So this is fermented Korean chili paste. It's flipping amazing, all right? If you like it really spicy, put plenty in. I'm going to put a teaspoon in. It smells absolutely amazing. It's a fermented Korean chili paste. You can buy this stuff. I think I've seen it in the supermarkets. I think I saw it in the Co-op the other day. You can also get it on Amazon, dead easy, but it is definitely worth getting. It's not like sriracha, you know, like the sort of the chili sauce. It's got that fermented deep flavor in it, and it is just incredible. Okay, so in with a bit of soy sauce. We're going to kind of make our Korean style glaze. So there's a bit of soy sauce in there. Then we're going to add a little bit of honey. And that'll kind of balance out the sweet, the salty, and the fermented chili. Okay, I'm going to add some sesame seeds in there. Okay, right. And then we're just going to add a little bit of water as well. So let me get a bowl, and that'll give us, by adding some water, it will stop the frying process and it'll bring all those ingredients together. So if I just put that in there, so that's like 50 mils of water. We're going to bring it up to the boil and then I'm going to put the lid on, okay? While we do that, let's make the slaw. So red onion, okay? Love this slaw, it's so flavoursome. So red onion, and just slice it as thin as you can. Okay?
You have to use red onion. You use white.
White's, for me, white is just far too strong. Red onion's kind of mild, and what we're going to do is we're going to squeeze some lime juice over this and just give it some real pickle. And it's going to kind of make them really tangy and take the rawness away, because our sausages are quite rich. We've added, you know, soy sauce, honey, our Korean chili sauce. We want to kind of balance it out with a bit of zip, bit of crunch, bit of raw. Okay, so it's kind of like the perfect dish, I think. So let's get this one sliced as well. Right, that is our red onions. So pop them into a bowl. And then what we're going to do is squeeze some fresh lime juice over the red onions, all right? So squeeze your lime, turn it inside out, okay? Once you've squeezed it once, and then you'll get loads more juice again out of it. It's your favourite top tip, that, Emily, isn't it? Yeah. Over the years, that's the one. So again, just squeeze it, turn it out, and give it another squeeze again. So once you've got your lime juice in, then get your hand in and just squeeze the red onions. And that's going to just sort of bruise the red onions and allow the lime juice in. And that'll make the pickle really quick. Okay? So that's our red onions done. Right, let's give these sausages a bit of a stir. Grab one sausage and just kind of use it to mix all the ingredients together. We want the water to evaporate. Speed the cooking up, but stop the frying, because if you don't add the water, it will caramelize and burn, okay, because it's got the honey in there. So we want that liquid to kind of evaporate and then create a sweet, sticky, spicy, salty glaze all over those sausages. Right, we're nearly there. So, carrots. I've got peeled carrot here. All I'm going to do is slice it as thinly as I can. So hold it at each end, chop it one way so you end up with these sort of thin ribbons of carrot, and then just take half and pile them up into little sort of 3 or 4 sheets at a time, because if you try to chop them all at the same time, you'll just end up cutting yourself. And then we'll do the same with the other half. Just knock those sausages down. Now remember, if you've got any questions at all about today's recipe, just post them in the comments below. And if you think you know somebody who's going to like this recipe, share it with them. That's what this is all about, sharing these recipes. Doesn't matter whether you're on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram or TikTok, I will respond to the comments. I'll answer the questions and hopefully get you cooking this recipe really quick. They're all really easy recipes, these. This is absolutely perfect for your barbecue this summer. Take your sausages to the next level. You could barbecue your sausages and then put them in this glaze and serve it all up with the delicious slaw. Really easy. Right. There we go. So, all we need to do now, bundle them together and just chop them as thinly as you can. I'm using a 20 centimeter cook's knife and it's perfect for this job. And then I'm just going to chop all of these up into the nice fine, like really, really fine. That, okay? And that means they'll be nice and crunchy. Right, so once those carrots are shredded up, super fine, just sprinkle them in. And then we're going to mix them up with the onions. Then that lime juice is going to pickle the carrots a little bit as well. Okay? Just that little bit of acidity makes all the difference. Right. I'm not using cabbage for my slaw today. I'm using fennel. It's much nicer, I think. So cut it down long ways, and then you're going to have a little core in the middle there. We'll lose that. Just cut either side and pull that out. Same again on this half. I think fennel's just got a nicer flavour, isn't it? It's less cabbagey. I'm not a cabbage fan. No, not really. And then we're just going to slice it really, really nice and fine. Fennel is super good for you when it's raw, it's eaten. It's kind of crisp, it's crunchy, it's got that slight aniseed flavour. It's going to work really, really well with these. So just take your time and just slice it. If you can't, use a mandolin if you want to. That's absolutely fine. Well, yeah, you just got to take your time. But the thinner you cut them, the nicer it will be. Okay?
You don't like fennel, couldn't you just swap it out for cabbage?
Yeah, you put cabbage in if you like. If you like cabbage. I don't like cabbage particularly. It's just a bit cabbagey, isn't it?
Close to the title, please.
Yeah, it's just a little bit. I like to think fennel's slightly more refined. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Good self.
Yeah, like my good self. Getting better with age. Silver fox. I'm the culinary equivalent of Mark Sloan. Sorry, internal joke. Okay, so once that's done nice and fine, give it a little mix. Okay, in it goes. And then finally, 2 more things. Coriander. Now, coriander stalk has got so much flavour in it, all right? We don't want to lose it. So what we're going to do is we're going to chop the stalk really, really fine. We're going to add that in with the sausages, because that means we'll get bags and bags of flavour. And then as we get to the leaf, we're just going to kind of chop that a little looser. And that's going to go into our slaw. And then I've got a few spring onions as well, which is good for flavour. So there's my stalk. That's going to go in. Spring onions or green onions or scallions, whatever the hell you want to call them. Let's just slice those up on an angle. These will give us a sort of a nice sort of mild oniony flavour. And then use the green and the white. It's all good. And then just get it all into that slaw. So this slaw will work really, really well Doesn't have to be with your hot dogs. You could do it with anything, really. Just give it a really good mix. It's very raw and crisp and crunchy and fresh. It's going to work beautifully. There you go. And then I think we'll add some sesame seeds in as well, just so that sort of nutty flavour. We've got some in with our sausages. That's it. Let's just put that to one side. Right, fresh coriander stalk. Let's put that straight into the sausages, because that's where the flavour's going to come. We'll just turn the heat up on there. We've got our slaw. We are ready to make hot dogs. Okay, slaw is made. Look at these sausages. The water has evaporated and just left it really sweet and sticky. They are some glazed up sticky sausages ready for hot dogs. So, hot dog buns. Very important you get the right size. You need the right bread to sausage ratio. Okay? These are the things that matter. Okay? Right. Cut them from the top. There we go. You're going to like this, Emily. I guarantee it. Right, what I think we need to do is put a little bit of that in there. Look, now you've got the flavour. See? In with the hot dog. And then that perfect amount of crisp and crunchy slaw. There you go. That is how to make the most delicious Korean hot dogs.